the fight fans joining us and the millions watching around the world. And the Red Korner.
Yes, everyone, welcome back to the Red Korner podcast with me, Ross. I hope everyone is well. Thank you very much for joining us this evening. Tonight, I've got Sydney Sundance Smith on from America, who's fighting Mel Shah, BKFC 48 in Albuquerque, New Mexico on the 11th of August. It's going to be a war. I cannot wait for it. So without further ado, I'll bring Sydney on. Here she is. Hello, Sydney. How are you doing? Oh, you're on mute. There you go.
There we go. Okay. Like, I don't know. I couldn't hear anything for a second. I was like, oh no, I broke it.
I really appreciate you coming on. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
No problem at all. Yeah, as I said in the introduction there, you've got Mel Shah, BKFC 48, Albuquerque, New Mexico. How are you feeling? Are you looking forward to it?
I feel great. Yeah. I'm super excited to have a quick turnaround and, to get an opponent who I know is definitely going to bring the heat. So, yeah, I'm definitely excited about that. Looking forward to a banger.
You had an amazing victory over Andy Nguyen in your BKFC debut. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, like you say, quick turnaround for this one.
Yeah, I mean, the next one could be an even quicker turnaround. So, but trying to stay focused on what's ahead of me, like right in front of me. So, I've had a lot of long layoffs for medical stuff in the past like few years. So I was really chomping at the bit after that last fight. I was like, don't put me on the sidelines. Like, you gotta put me back in, so.
And this is for the #1 contender spot as well. So you could be going up against Bret Hart if you get the win.
Yes, absolutely. 100%. That's absolutely what I want. I kind of claimed that in Jesus' name after my last fight. I was like, 1 or 2 more fights, and if I perform well in those, I could be fighting for the title, I feel like. And so here it is. Definitely this is the opportunity of a lifetime, and I just feel like so blessed and humble and grateful to just even be here and living this life. Like, it feels like a dream. It's like sometimes I have to stop and be like, this is real. Like, it's kind of crazy, but it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. So for those that don't really know you over in the UK, do you want to tell us a little bit about your background, how you got into combat sports?
It started really just because I ran in high school and stuff, and my dad ended up getting sick with cancer, and I was his primary caregiver from the time I was 17 until he passed away when I was 20. And running wasn't enough of an outlet for me to deal with that, because he was like, he's my best friend. And so that's kind of how I found fighting. And it started out as just like this outlet, this positive channel to deal with, negative emotions I was having. And honestly, I just fell in love with it. Like, I can't stop now. It's not so much about anger. It's more of just like, I'm creating art now. So it's definitely a transition, but it's still the same. I still get fired up in there. So yeah,
that's where I say, I call it, you guys do create art in there. It's, it's the purest form of violence, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's unbelievable, bare knuckle. It's a
yeah,
hell of a sport.
And it's like, people ask me all the time, they're like, but why bare knuckle? Like, it seems so brutal and just whatever. And I'm like, but everybody can relate to like a bare knuckle fist fight. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's from back when you were a kid, you probably got into a scrap with somebody at some point in your life, or even if you're your siblings or something. So you can kind of relate to bare knuckle a little better than, MMA and stuff, which I used to do. But bare knuckle, man, like you said, it's kind of like the pinnacle of combat. It's like,
it is,
like, and that's what attracted me to it, because I was like, I strive, I have like this drive to just be better than I was every single day, and that's one of the things that attracted me to martial arts was that you're never finished with it. You can always be better and always improve. And yeah, why not test yourself at the highest level, I don't know. It just seems logical to me. Everybody else thinks it's crazy.
So how did the bare knuckle opportunity present itself to you?
So I have been asked a couple of times over the years to fight at 125, but mostly for like medical reasons and stuff, and even now I only walk around like 130, 132, and those girls who fight at 125 cut from a lot higher. So I never really wanted to fight at 125. So I patiently waited until they had 115, and then I told my manager, I was like, let's do it. You know what I mean? Like, please, let's figure this out. And even he was like, but bare knuckle. And I was like, yes, let's just do it. Don't ask questions, just do it.
So this is going to be more of a natural weight for yourself then?
Yeah, for sure. I make 115 super easy. I only walk around like 130 or so. So, the weight cut's easy. I've been doing it for such a long time that it's just second nature. I've been fighting at 115 for it's like 9 years now, I think, almost 9 years. So, um, yeah, it doesn't bother me, but 115 is definitely where I belong. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be amazing because I think Mel's coming down. It's the first time she's going to have fought at that weight as well, straw weight. But it's a great division to be in as well, though, isn't it?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, it's definitely growing and they're signing new people every day, which, is definitely exciting, because it just gives us more people to fight and it means that we're going to get to stay busier. And, I love it when the women roll deep,
Yeah,
over here when I was an amateur fighting MMA, not, I mean, you kind of fought, sometimes you fight the same person like twice because there's just no one
yeah,
else really to fight. So yeah, I like that they're adding depth to the division. It definitely shows the growth and the promise and that other women are attracted to the sport, and I think that's great.
yeah. It's on the rise over in America. Over here, that's why Mel's coming over to yourselves because women in bare knuckle in the UK, it's not really there yet. It's still,
Yeah.
finding its feet. But hopefully, it's going to be building. We've got some tryouts happening
Yeah.
at the 6th of August, Birkenhead, Liverpool, Hard Hitters Gym. Anyone interested, go to bkfc.com/tryouts and go and
Yeah. Yeah.
register there for that. Have you got any aspiring words for any women that want to get into bare knuckle?
I mean, just be yourself, really. That's all the best advice I can give you is just be true to yourself and train really, really hard and, to trust your coaches and, just be confident in who you are. And, you'll go far with that. You don't have to always conform to what everybody else is doing to, make a name for yourself. So, you don't have to do that. That's one of the big things that like I'm a stickler on that, to each their own, but you don't have to do that to be legitimate in the sport, just train hard and respect yourself and other people will respect you too, and yeah, I think that's the best advice I can give is just
Yeah,
work
it's
hard
great
and be
advice.
respectful,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's great advice. It's great advice. Be yourself, and you don't have to conform. You're absolutely right. You do not have to conform. How do you find it being, juggling your schedule? You're a mother. You've got training and everything else going on as well.
Woo. I always like to sort of jokingly describe my life as Murphy's Law on like steroids, but it's also pretty accurate. But it's been like that for as long as I can remember, So I'm pretty accustomed to dealing with the chaos at this point. I think if things were calm and normal, I would feel kind of strange. I would be like, what is happening here? So yeah, I mean, and my son, he loves to come to the gym, he goes with his dad when his dad can get off work in time before I have to be at the gym because it's 40 minutes away
Yeah,
from where I live. So some days that doesn't always work. So my son usually goes to the gym with me 3 or 4 days a week. And the team's used to him and it's good. It's like a little family affair. And sometimes my sister, his papa will help watch him and stuff so I can not be distracted. But like I said, I mean, I make it work. I do 2 a days. I work out at home, and sometimes he works out with me and sometimes he doesn't. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot, but it's worth it. And at this point, I'm just so used to like the discipline and the schedule, I guess, of it all and the structure of it that it's kind of normal at this point. Like I put him in the stroller and we go for a run and I push the stroller up the hills and do sprints and stuff, and he loves it. It's like a little game for him. And I try and make it fun, and he definitely pays attention to what I do, and so I'm setting an example for him, and that's super important to me. And if he definitely wants to be involved, then it just makes me want to work that much harder to show him, like you can do anything, and look at how hard mommy works, and if you work hard too, you can do whatever your dreams are. You can attain those. So yeah.
Fantastic. He'll soon be hitting the pads, I'm guessing.
Yeah. Dude, he can throw like straight punches. He taught himself to block from watching us spar. It's insane. He's only 2.5. So yeah, he's a trip. He just doesn't
Yeah.
like it when we do body conditioning and they're like hitting my body. He's like, "Don't punch mommy," but other than that, when we're sparring, he's fine. But body conditioning, he's like, "No." So it's funny, I
Yeah, I
guess.
mean, kids are sponges at that age, aren't they? They really are. They soak up everything more than what you
Yeah.
think. They do hear and see everything. Um,
Everything. Everything.
there
Yes.
was a great
Yeah.
video that I seen the other day. It was Floyd Mayweather's grandson, and he was in the gym with him in the ring, and he was, he's standing on a table and he's jabbing away at things. As a child, like you said, they are sponges. They soak up everything. It's brilliant.
Yeah, and kids, when they see that their parents or people that they love are passionate about something, they're instantly curious about it. They're like, "Hey, what is this thing? What about it is so great that this person who's this gigantic figure in my life is dedicating themselves to this, and even if they don't understand it on, maybe that specific scale, they do realize that we have a lot of love and passion for what we do,
Yeah.
and that's just incredible. Just at that age, it's just sometimes the things that they get and things that click with them kind of astound you. It's like, wow. I didn't think that you were paying that much attention, but yeah.
You're
Kind
also
of
a
helps
big
you pay attention to yourself a little more too, because you're like, oh snap.
I mean, obviously a very strong role model for your child, which is brilliant, and you're a very big advocate for mental health as well, awareness, and you partner with In Your Corner, which is kind of aimed at fighters and veterans.
Yeah. Yeah. Alexa Connor's her story is incredible. What she went through, and I've struggled with it my entire life. As a teenager, before my dad got sick, I struggled with suicide and depression, and then obviously after he got sick, and yeah, I've pretty much, battled it my entire life, and I know what it's like to feel, like alone, or but to not want to give up. It's kind of like a conundrum. You get to this point where you're just like, oh my gosh, like can't do it anymore, but at the same time you're kind of like, but I don't want to just give up. There's got to be a way to keep fighting. And so I really love that she's aimed that towards martial artists, because so many of us got into martial arts. Even if people don't fight, a lot of people even use the training as a form of therapy too, and I think that's incredibly important. And that's one of my end goals. When I retire from fighting, I definitely want to kind of copy Cowboy Cerrone and open a fight ranch. And
Yeah.
I'd like to, save the horses going to slaughter and the dogs that are going to be euthanized, and have fighters come in and work the ranch in exchange for training, and offer the animals like therapeutic animal services for veterans or local kids with mental health issues, and just anybody really, just those kinds of things. I want to I definitely want to use anything that I'm given from fighting or anything that I earn from fighting to give back to the community and the world. And just try and leave maybe just my little square, my little blob a little bit better than when I got here, or whatever, but kind of hard to do nowadays, but we have to try, right?
Yeah,
So
absolutely. We can't give
Yeah,
up. That's it. We just keep marching forward.
yeah, yeah.
It sounds like an amazing dream, that you've got, and hope it comes to reality. I'm sure it will. You've set it out to the universe now, so it has to come true. So you'll get there. You'll get there.
Thank you.
So
Yeah.
you're in camp now. How's camp going?
I feel like a monster. Yeah, like I said, I've been doing 2 days for several weeks now. Just I feel great. I feel so good. I feel strong. I feel fast. I feel like my cardio is on point. Like, I just feel good mentally. Yeah, I feel great. Like I'm so happy. And normally, like if I'm in this like good headspace before a fight, it's a good thing.
A,
So
ha-
yeah,
a happy fighter is a
I'm feeling
dangerous
great.
fighter. A happy,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
So do you know much about Mel at all then?
I mean, there's not much out there on her. Mostly just like her last BKFC fight and what people we've seen in interviews and stuff like that. Just from her last fight, she just seems like, she loves to fight too. And, I think she said that in an interview that, as long as the person who she's fighting wants to fight, that like she loves that. And, so she's going to love it, because I definitely want to fight, so, yeah, I think she likes forward pressure and, she definitely, I think expects to end the fight pretty quickly. That's what she said in with her last opponent, so I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. Honestly, I'm just looking forward to it. I think it's gonna be great. I love a banger, man. Like I really do. It's my favorite fight to be in.
Yeah, I mean, last night she was on in the Red Corner last night, and she was saying that she wants a war. She wants to be tested. She wants it to go. She doesn't feel like she feels if she doesn't get a first round. You don't learn anything from a first round victory or anything like that. So she's ready. She's wanting to go all the way, and you and her together, it's just gonna be, yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I mean, I think the fans are really gonna be happy with this one. I don't foresee any booing. You know what I'm saying?
No,
Like
no.
my last one, I really didn't get to do as much as I wanted to. But that stylistically, we just kind of clashed, and that happens sometimes. But I think stylistically, me and Mel are gonna clash in a different way. That's gonna be a lot of fun for everybody. And
Yeah, women bring violence. Women bring violence.
yes. Yes. We have something like there's something in us that's just kind of like
Yeah.
just like I've been a lovely woman for this many times and I gotta let it out, or smash something.
Yeah, I mean the fans over in America, they were booing another British fighter, James Lilly and Palomino as well at one point during their fight as well. The fans are, they're hard,
They're brutal.
aren't they? Yeah.
Yeah, they're brutal, man. Like, but whatever, I don't really pay attention to it. I don't hear it very much. It was just kind of like, well, screw you guys. You know what I mean? Like, you get in here and do it. I'm trying, but whatever. It is what it is. But yeah, definitely. Don't. I think it's gonna be a lot of vastly different performance this time, and yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. I really in MMA, if you didn't finish me in the first round, you definitely were gonna have to put up with me for the rest of it. So you know what I'm saying. So she might just get her wish. Yeah. So yeah, it's like I said, it's just gonna be so much fun. Like I'm just looking forward to it because, like I said, I know that she wants a really great fight, and so do I, and that really excites me. And yeah, I'm pumped for it. Like I was just hyped. Like I'm just ready to get in there and just bang.
Excellent.
Like that's all
It's
I
not
want to do.
too far away now. Like I say, 11th of August. I've got the fight card there. It is 11th of August, Albuquerque, New Mexico. If you can't get over there from the UK, download the BKFC app. It only costs like 2 coffees a month, and you get every fight for free. So go make sure it's a good deal. Go and download that. How's the UK bare knuckle kind of scene over in America? Does it come over well? Are we received well over there?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know specifically of anybody who doesn't enjoy it. You know what I mean? Americans sometimes, though, I mean, if you're fighting somebody, I've heard Albuquerque fans are kind of wild. But I'm not from Albuquerque, so they probably shouldn't care very much. You know what I mean? I'm from the United States, because they might be wild. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, I think we just love to watch fights, man. We're just violent as a country anyway. And just like on a deep-seated level, we're all like, yeah, come on, like, give me a reason. So we love it. We love to watch it. We're just like, yeah, vicariously like getting it out through our athletes.
Just one last question. I mean, what can we expect to see from Sydney Sundance Shaw, BKFC 48? What can we expect to see from you?
Man, just everything that I wanted to show you before. You know what I mean? Like, just grit. There's gonna be blood. Teeth might be spit out. You know what I mean? Like we're gonna get into it, man. I really feel like I don't feel like there's gonna be any part of the ring that we're not gonna be on. I don't feel like there's any aspect of a fight we're gonna clinch. We're gonna, switch angles. We're gonna throw body shots. Like we're gonna do the whole thing, like, and you're not going to be missing or wanting for anything. It's definitely going to be, I feel like we have potential for fight of the night, or performance of the night for sure. Just given both of our attitudes going into it. And I love fighting somebody who, isn't dramatic. There's no like, stupid drama bull stuff. It's just like, just genuine two athletes like who you just truly want to go in there and test themselves against each other. And I really feel like that's where a lot of athletes reach like their highest potential. And so I'm really excited for that for both of us. Win, lose, or draw, I mean, we're both going to go in there and be the best versions of ourselves, I think, that we've ever been as fighters. And I think that that's super important for us and for the sport, is just to be the best that you can be in that moment. And that's all you can do. And that's all people can really ask for. And I think that it's going to exceed expectations on the 11th. I really do. Yeah, for sure.
Fight the night contender, like you say. It's going to be amazing. Yeah. Have you got any sponsors, teammates, gyms you want to shout out at all?
Yeah, I had a list of sponsors, but my kid... so I made sure I didn't forget anybody, but my kid disappeared and I have no idea where it went. So I'm going to do the best I can. If I forget somebody, I'm so sorry. But, my gym, Mastering MMA Institute, my physical therapist, Seneca Health and Wellness over in Charlottesville, Be Cool Window Care, Shade About Jade Tinting Company. We have Energy Windows, LLC. We have Young Living with Paul. Caller Advocacy, In Your Corner, and I feel like I swear I'm forgetting somebody, but that's the most I can think of right now. I'm so sorry. Oh, and Zero Fight Gear. I always forget that, but for whatever reason, I guess because it's Z and I go through like the ABC. Fantastic. Right on cue.
Well, Sydney, your Instagram is in the description box, and also there's a link to In Your Corner is also in the description box as well. So go over and check them out, and no problem at all. Go over and check them out, give them a follow, and I wish you the very best of luck. It sounds like you've got your hands full now. I'll let you go, but I really appreciate you coming on and bring the war.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me, and everybody, you don't want to miss it, man. August 11th, we're going to bring the fire, man. We're going to burn the barn down, and it's going to be fantastic.
Amazing. Thank you very much for your time. I'll speak to you soon.
Later.
There she is, ladies and gents. Sydney Smith. Sounds like she's got her hands full there in the background. What an amazing woman, It's going to be a war with her and Mel, definitely. Thank you very much to all the new and old subscribers, as always. Big up to the fews in the comments. Big up, Lou. Thank you very much, pal. Jab the like button, jab the subscribe button. It goes a long way to help the channel. And I'll see you again very soon. Thank you very much.
For the fight fans joining us and the millions watching around the world, Red Korner.